Hello everybody and welcome to VR Room Heat event in BMW European Touring Cars 320i's. A demonstration event this really from VR and also to welcome any new boys to the site. It just helps them get along and get on in before they test out the heats and the events. I am joined today, I'm Dave Higgins by the way, in case you have not tuned into my YouTube channel before. I'm joined in the commentary box today by Jinobi from Devil Racing. I'm going to be passing you on to him just in a moment, just to say a little hi and tell us the sort of stats on the circuit. So are you happy to be here today then, Jinobi?
Yeah, thanks Mr. Higgins. It's good to finally be here with the dual commentary at vrroom.co.uk. Yeah, Spa, it's a famous track. It's a very fast track, lots of slipstreaming. Some of the famous points would be the Eau Rouge and the bus stop chicane. Dangerous track, but we've got some great cars, the BMW touring cars, which I'm looking forward to see. That's all I can really say right now. Back to you, Mr. Higgins.
Thank you very much indeed, my friend. Right, before we get on with the race and the grid walk, we're going to have a quick look at the machines that we're driving in, just to explain a little bit about them. Okay, so here we are. It's the BMW 320i touring car, 2003 model, famously driven by Alessandro Zanardi, who didn't have any legs at the time due to a bad karting accident. So this car was modified for his disability, and he was winning some races there at Monza as well. It's a 2-litre, 355 brake horsepower beast of a front-engine rear-wheel drive race car. It supports 355 horsepower, and it's 1,140 kilograms in weight, making it lightweight and extremely fast. We race with racing hard tyres. This car won 10 of the 20 races in the 2003 European Touring Car Championships. So it's going to be a hard battle for everyone, but exciting. Can't wait to see these machines in action. So, straight back now to Jinobi on the grid for the grid walk.
Alright, thanks very much David. Right, it's time for the grid walk. So on we go to see who got pole position and the rest of the grid. Setwave with pole position, and behind him Badger, looking very lively there. Behind him in row 2 we have Slicker and 4th place DM. Behind them we've got Race 42 and IRT. And 7th and 8th we've got Mr. Green and Jezza. Behind them Mustard in 9th place, followed by Stuntman in 10th. And last but not least, the very speedy Scale Breaker. We'll see how fast he can get up to the top of the grid. Keep an eye out for this one.
Okay, so we're on the start grid, the lights go to green and away they go. It's go, go, go at Spa, and oh, we've got a staller in the background, we've got a staller. I think everybody managed to avoid him, and that's DM. Something went drastically wrong with DM there. Let's try to get on board with his car, just rewind that just for a moment. From 4th to 11th, something definitely went wrong. It's probably a bit of a false start penalty, I would have thought, but a big one, if anything. So let's go on the back of DM's car. What's your thoughts, Jinobi?
Well, you can look at the data right now. He's creeping a bit, and that's cost him. That's cost a penalty, and very close to getting hit by the other cars there. That was very lucky to avoid them. Well played to the other cars to avoid an accident there, but it looks like he was a bit early on the throttle, just creeping a little bit, which has cost him the penalty. That gives a few seconds slow down.
Yeah, let's just take another look at that. That was extremely dangerous because obviously he was doing like no miles per hour. We're on board his Scale Breaker's car. DM's in 4th place on the left there, and you'll see he just doesn't move. And they're having to avoid him and only just missing the back of him, Mr. Stuntman. Unbelievable manoeuvre in there from Stuntman. Wow, what a start. Not what we expected here. He's obviously got caught napping there, leaving his foot off the brake. I think he made an attempt to put his foot on the brake just before the start, but of course that'll give you a good 3 or 4 second start penalty. As they go through to Eau Rouge for the first time now, Setwave, Badger, VR Race and IRT. I doubt Setwave will be in the lead. Yeah, wow, what a start, what an exciting start. Did you expect that, Jinobi?
I did not, I don't think anyone else did. But as you say, I'm glad that no one collected them, and we've got a nice clean start besides that little mistake there. But no harm done. Right now this is a very critical braking point. We've got 4 cars coming round this corner here, and VR Race 42 is now in the lead. Your predictions were right. Setwave is down to 2nd place with Badger following and IRT.
Okay, down Brussels corner for the first time then. It's VR Race, Setwave, Badger, IRT, Jezza, Slicker, Scalebreaker, Stuntman, Mr. Green, Mustard and VRDM in a lonely last place. He's doing a reasonable job of hanging up to the pack, but he could have done without that, to be fair, as they go around Pouhon corner for the first time. Looking rather exciting and extremely good, these cars, extremely good. Flat out really Pouhon, you have to just back off on the way into it. Approaching Campus and Stavelot corners now. We were talking about a big slipstream effect here. I've always said this in the past, and of course slipstream is when a car ahead punches a hole in the air and the car behind effectively doesn't have to do that much work to keep up. We'll just skip down the pack there to Slicker. So basically when you pop out, and you'll see Setwave doing it on race 42, there we go. He's got sucked in by the hole in the air race 42's car is given. That gives him that overrun and that overspeed when he pops it out.
It's a dangerous place, but it's pretty nice.
Very nicely done indeed from VR Race to stay ahead of Setwave there. A big crash in the background. That's Slicker. Did I miss that? Where's Slicker? He's going across the grass. Something's really kicking off here. Oh dear. Right, we're going to have to rewind that, ladies and gents. Something happened with Slicker, I think. Let's just go on board with Slicker. We'll go on the rear chase view. Actually, no, we'll go on his camera view at the top. So something went wrong. I saw Slicker spinning. What do you think's happened here, Jinobi?
Well, I'm just checking to see. Yep, he's put the wheels on the AstroTurf and it's flicked the car right out. And is he going to get hit by the cars behind? Oh no, that's bad. That's all the cars are trying to dodge him. The only good thing about this part of the circuit is the pit entrance is right there, so they can go straight into the pits and get the damage fixed. But that was a nasty incident there. It's a shame for Slicker.
Okay, so a lot of people involved in that. He did seem to sort of catch the grass and spun him round, which caused a lot of people. It caused a big ricochet there. So we've got Scale in the pits, Mr. Green in the pits. Slicker, of course, and Mustard is in the pits as well, right at the head of the pit lane. Now, the rules are, of course, on these heat races that no yellow flags are called, so if you've been it, it's just unfortunate. If this was a league race, that probably would have caused a yellow, but it's not a league race, no points are at stake, it's more about pride in these races, to be honest with you. Yeah, blimey, what a start, what an absolute start. Proper humdinger we're having here today. Do you want to run through the race order, Jinobi, as we're watching Setwave?
Yeah, Setwave in first place, followed by Badger, who's just touched onto the gravel there. He's probably going to lose that position now to race 42. Yep, he's made it stick, so Badger now in 3rd place, IRT in 4th, DM, Stuntman, Jezza, Mr. Green, Slicker, Mustard and Scalebreaker still in last place.
So down to Pouhon corner again for the second time, lap 2 of 8 laps here, at about 2 minutes 20 a lap. Running slightly wide with Setwave. We'll just go on the back of his car there. Listen to the noise of those engines. So chasing, we've got race 42, IRT and Badger. VRDM, meanwhile, because of that incident, has come from last back up to 5th, so he's recovered quite nicely. And isn't it a fantastic noise and a fantastic sight that we can see there, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think to these BMWs, Jinobi? Is it a car that you like to race in, or do you prefer other types? Are you a front-engine, front-wheel drive guy, or a rear-engine or a mid-wheel drive guy? What's your preference on racing cars?
Well, these cars specifically, I like racing these cars. They're great cars to race. As for the drive, before VRM, I used to be the front-wheel drive type of racer. I couldn't really drive the rear-wheel drive cars. But since VRM, I've been doing a lot more rear wheel racing. But recently we've got the Honda Touring Car League, which is the front wheel drive cars, which are really fun to race in. But it's hard to get my head back around that type of racing again. But it's good watching these cars.
Into the pits then from 7th place we have Jezza, picked up quite a lot of damage there. Must have happened a little bit further back on the lap. So Jezza pitting from 7th here. Setwave Race 42, IRT and Badger are still yet to pit. So effectively I suppose Jezza could be pitting from almost 3rd position in the race. So as the pit crew work feverishly to get him out on time. We'll click back to the leaders, Setwave, VR Race and IRT. Very close. In fact, IRT's just been nabbed by Badger. In fact, Badger there has got up into 2nd, and again, all about the slipstream here. It's very difficult, very hard to get away, and the cars are so close as they're approaching the heavy braking zone for Campus. Not for Campus, I beg your pardon, for, I forgot what it's called, this corner. It's not called Campus. It is called Lecombe, of course. Yes, so Lecombe braking for Lecombe. Nice helicopter shot there as they go down to Brussel's corner. The race order is Setwave, VR Race, IRT, Badger, VR DM, VR Stuntman, Mr. Green, Scalebreaker, Mustard, Jezza and Slicker and Scalebreaker are all 8th, 9th and 10th and 11th, way down there because of the incident which involved all of them, which I think was due to Slicker going off on the grass there. So let's just have a look at the live timings now. So the fastest guy on track at the moment is IRT, interestingly enough, with a 2-minute 30.747 versus Badger and versus Setwave, who are on identical times. And they've pulled out a 4.99 second lead to VRDM. Well, that's quite a big gap, to be fair, but we've got quite a lot of laps to catch back up, and none of them have pitted. Can you see DM getting on top of these guys and catching back up here, Jinobi? What do you reckon, buddy?
Possibly. The guy's a fast driver, and all he has to do is keep the laps consistent. Going by the live timings that we just saw there, he was 5 seconds from the leader, which is a considerably large gap. You can see it on the map there as well. But if one of these guys make a mistake, you can see one of them just going a little bit wide there. If one of these guys make a mistake, and they might be able to pull each other up to the lead. And it looks like someone's had a little off moment there, and you can see another car going into the pits. I'm not sure who that was there.
So peeling off into the pits, choosing to take his pit stop is Badger. Pit stops are crucial, actually, the mandatory pit. You can't pit on the first lap, of course, unless you've got damage or the second lap. But what it will do is, strategy really plays into it, because if you feel you're being held up, of course, you can get out of the way, get into the pits, and then get some fast qualifying laps in. But the field's quite spread out here, so I don't know whether that would work. I think maybe a lot of people would elect to stay, as we're watching Badger exiting the pits now. A lot of people would elect to stay out and get that slipstream effect. As we click back to the leaders, excuse me. So you're seeing the drag there. That's IRT on the side of Setwave, side by side, and they're both getting sucked into race 42. Up towards Lecombe corner, and through goes, no he doesn't, just Setwave thinks wiser, that backs off a little bit with IRT. Fantastic shot there for the 3 leaders. None of these have pitted yet, so most people have been through the pit phase. The only people who haven't is VR Race, Setwave, IRT and DM in 5th. He's not been in either, I don't believe. So we're on lap 4 of 8 at the halfway point of the race now, a little wide there. From VR Race. Let's have a look how Scale, Badger and Mr. Green are doing in the background, see if that's close, and it is. Side by side here with Scale and Mr. Green. Mr. Green very, very fast, Scalebreaker, multiple champion as well. So this is going to be very, very tight, and of course Scale will have difficulties breaking away from that slipstream effect again from Mr. Green. Mustard in the background is under a bit of pressure there from Slicker. Good view again as they go around Brussel's corner down towards Pouham. Just ahead there you could see Mr. Green and Scale. Where's Jezza? He's on his lonesome at the back, unfortunate for him. So back to the leaders again. So VR Raced 42, and oh actually no, we've just had a crash from VR Raced. Unbelievable, just as I click back, Race 42 has crashed. Let's get on board with Raced and let's watch the replay of this. So he's quite clearly in the lead there, and I wonder what could have happened. So we'll stay on board with this view. Actually, we'll go on his roof cam, actually, and we'll just see what we think happened. In fact, no, let's do the chase view, it might be a little bit better. Jinobi, just take us through this, mate, because I believe he's gone off down in Campus and Stavelot kind of area, so just give us your thoughts on this as and when it happens.
Yeah, on the chase camera right now, he's braking, he's turning in. I'm just waiting for any bit of contact, or maybe he's going to put some wheels on the AstroTurf. No, keeps it nice and tidy. Hard on the brakes here. Dangerous curve to put the wheels on. No, I thought he might have been caught out there. This is a tricky corner to get right. Yeah, he's understeered and he's put the wheels on the slippery green stuff. And that's a shame, because that's large damage there, and you can see the cars come by.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him there. Yeah, absolutely. He's just run wide, a little bit of understeer, put his foot down, and that back tyre's caught, and that's got gearbox damage and front offside damage. He's going to have to pit, but he was due a pit stop anyway. Might not be the end of the world for him, but that was very, very bad luck for VR Race 42. A seasoned veteran, a seasoned pro here, I'm sure you'll agree, Jinobi.
Yeah, the guy's raced a lot of races here at vrroom.co.uk, he knows the score. That was just unfortunate what he did there, you know, but you know, all drivers make mistakes. I was just thinking about that, what you were saying about Badger's pit stop strategy. I'm just wondering if he can catch back onto the lead.
So meanwhile, what's happening now is VRDM is leading the race. We've got VR Stuntman Setwave in the pits at this moment in time, as you can see. If it comes onto it, we're on board with Stuntman. There's Setwave just leaving the pits, I believe. Yeah, so DM is now up onto the Camel Straight. That's giving him reasonably big lead. He's the only person not to have pitted, so he's elected to stay out. This could be quite a smart move, to be honest with you. I'm tempted now to look at the splits to see how far ahead he is on the split timing. DM's pumping in 2:31.035, so he's only 2/10, well, 1/10 and a bit slower than the actual fastest guys on circuit. His current gap and his current race pace is about, I think he's got 23 seconds actually. It's not giving me a split for Setwave, but it's giving me a split for Badger, who's running in third. And no, Badger, yeah, he's 23 seconds ahead of Badger. Jinobi, do you think that'll be enough time here to get out when he pits in front of Badger, Setwave and Scale? What do you think?
That's going to be a close one. That's roughly about the time it takes for a pit stop. I wish there was more laps involved in this race, because it's great to see how the pit strategies work out. Because you know, normally if you're getting blocked by traffic, you want to get out of the traffic, you make your pit stop, get some clear traffic. Badger was putting in some very fast lap times, so he can afford to do that. But on this track there's a lot of slipstreaming, so it's a hard one to figure out. But I'm interested to see about this pit.
So yeah, it's going to be a tight one, I think. Yep. I'm not too sure if he'll do it, but these guys are battling, so they're slowing each other down. We're looking at Badger, Setwave and Scale. Effectively, this is for the lead of the race, because DM might not have enough time just to get out, get in and get out. Depends when he pit stops, of course, but we'll keep a handle on that for you, and just try to inform you, because he's all the way down Blanchimont, approaching the bus stop chicane as we speak, and these guys are just going round the sort of camper section, and oh dearie me, we've got Badger. Badger's had an off. He's done exactly the same thing that VR Race did, so that's Badger seemingly out of the race. He may well come out behind VRDM. The two, of course, teammates at Rosso Racing. Didn't really count for this one, I suppose, but that's a great shame for Badger as he gets overtaken by Slicker there. Now, he has got damage, so he may well pit. Meanwhile, his DM is in the pits, so this is the maker and breaker for the lead of the race. Will DM come out ahead? He had a 23-second lead, but already you can see Setwave and Scale on the telemetry on the left-hand side of your screen. They're going around the bus stop chicane. It's a long drag up to the first corner. Now, will DM get dropped off the jacks? He's getting dropped and he's getting released, so he's released just as we're alongside him. We're going to have to see where he comes out. We've got Setwave and Scale going round there. I'm going to go with Mr. Green. We're going to go on the back of Mr. Green's car just to see if we can get a clip of DM. And there's DM leaving the pits. He's only just missed out, so his plan only just missed out by about 4 seconds, I think, there. So he's now up into a clear fourth position. If he can get on the back of Mr. Green, then he's going to stand a reasonable chance of getting slipstream back in. But I think it's all over between Setwave and Scalebreaker. They're way up the top there, doing a cracking job. So everyone, the pit stop phase is completely over with now. We've got 2 laps remaining, as we're seeing Setwave and Scalebreaker going side by side. You know, what can you say about driving like this, Jinobi? I mean, look at it. We've got, you know, these guys have got no driver aids, they've got no ABS. You know, are these the cream of the crop? Are these the best players on GT5 today? What do you reckon?
I reckon it is, mate. I certainly do. VRroom.co.uk is some of the drivers I've seen on this game is unbelievable stuff, and it's great to race with them, and it's great to watch. And some of the best races I've watched is all because of these drivers giving it 100%, totally clean without any aids. But it's a shame to see Badger gone off. I didn't want to see that because I was very interested with his lap times, how he would you know, end up on the positions. But that's racing. Incidents will happen. People make mistakes.
Well, we certainly are watching some quality action, and it's a privilege to be part of it, a privilege to be on the website. Remember to get yourselves down there, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this for the first time. It's vrroom.org, readily available on the web, free to join, and you can join up and get it's like a little community, quite a good paddock we've got here. All the races are fully marshalled and controlled just like in the real world with flag systems, so it's as close as you can get without doing the real thing. You can even race on a pad, of course, slightly harder. We recommend G27s or Driving Force GTs or G25s for wheels. Look those up as well, readily available on the web. Now, as we go side by side here for scale and set wave, coming up to lap 7 of 8, what superb demonstration of driving. Mr. Green, has he been caught by DM? No, he hasn't. DM is just behind him, though. How far behind is DM? Visually, we can see there. He's not too far behind. Will he be able to catch up on the live times? How far behind is he? So DM is 2 seconds-ish behind Mr. Green. That might not be enough. Having said that, the slipstream effect round here, you never know, to be honest with you. So we'll go back to the full view. The fastest car on track is Mr. Scalebreaker now with the 228. Didn't think it'd be long before he broke those. Let's go back down the field, see what action's happening down there. Badger did not pit, he stayed out in favour of track position, fair play. In the background we've got Slicker, Mustard there, flying around with Stuntman just behind. Fantastic shot as we see them flying up. It's a big drag this up the Kemmel Straight, people don't realise it. It's a big uphill, you need plenty of horsepower and grunt to get up there. So the boys doing a really good job. Slipstream, of course, means you've got to be very careful into that braking zone, into Lacombe, which is actually not that bad braking into Lacombe. Oh, a little wide there from, I think that was Stuntman going a little bit wide. Going back to the leaders, Set Wave and Scale will still be having a right royal ding-dong down as they come down to Pouhon Corner. So yeah, the pit stop phase is over, and it's such a good circuit here, it really is. What are your favourite corners here, Jinobi? Which corners do you like and which corners do you dislike?
Well, you're testing my limited knowledge of the corner names and such, but luckily we're approaching one that I really like going through here, this right to left corner here. It's a great line, it's a good feeling when you get it right, and you seem to I seem to approach cars ahead of me a lot in that one. It's good to catch up on another car. The other one is after the Kemmel Straight. I don't know the name of it off the top of my head. A lot of people will say Eau Rouge and the bus stop, but Eau Rouge is a great section for real life because I can just imagine the G-forces, but for this it's got to be the two corners I've mentioned already, that's all I can say.
So at this moment in time it's all about Set Wave and Scalebreaker. Scalebreaker coming from last on the grid, of course. Not unusual for Mr. Breaker, he is a very quality class player. Mr. Green hanging on nicely in the background. So the current race order is Set Wave, Mr. Scalebreaker, Mr. Green, DM, Badger, VR Stuntman, VR Official 1, which of course is Mustard, GT Mustard, Slicker, Race 42 and Jezza. As we go around La Source hairpin for the final time now on lap 8 of 8. Now, you know, in my experience at this circuit, Jinobi, you've got to be behind on the Kemmel Straight, because then you'll be have the slipstream down the Blanchimont section. So for me that's the perfect strategy. So if Set Wave stays behind here instead of overtaking, then I would favour Set Wave over Scalebreaker. What do you think? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I can see your point. There's a couple of ways you can do this right now. I'm just checking out what's happening here at the moment. Set Wave has decided to take the inside and take first place. you know, but we do have that other straight before the bus stop chicane, which can make or break your race. It's a hard one to strategise, but we'll find out how these guys decide to do it.
Yeah, and in the mid-pack there, we've got It's Anybody. Oh, Badger's off again, hardly surprising with damage. It's Anybody's for 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. We're looking at Stuntman there, closely followed by, oh, fantastic camera shot by Mustard and Slicker. So it was a lot closer, but Badger, unfortunately, has gone a little bit wide. You were seeing the action there, just as Jinobi was having a quick chat about the corners that he likes. So back on with the leaders now, who are going through Campus and Stavelot. Setwave is in front, so again, you know, like I said, for me, I think Scale's going to take this, unless Setwave can do a really good job defending. But it's going to be exciting to see who's going to take the accolade here, because that's really all it's about. It's just about bragging rights. And you can see already Mr. Scalebreaker getting absolutely sucked in. He's pinged one out the side. Setwave is keeping it defensive on the right-hand side of him, on the left-hand side of the screen as you're looking at it, which may give... Now, Setwave is behind. Setwave might get a little ping out here into the bus stop chicane. My word, this is going to be exciting over the line. What will happen? Scale is defensive on the inside. Setwave's only way around is around the outside on the left.
Could be close.
And up into the bus stop chicane. It's so close. And it's... Would you believe it? Setwave's nicking it, but that's leaving him wide open for Scalebreaker. And up's a bit of a beat before, but Setwave is going to take it, followed by Scalebreaker, followed by Mr. Green, closely followed by DM. We didn't see that one happen. Unbelievable stuff. So that's the podium sorted. VR Stuntman coming round in 5th. Mustard will be coming round now, the bus stop chicane in 6th. Then we're going to have Slicker in 7th, closely followed by Badger and Jezza, and then Race 42 bringing up the rear. Wow, what a fantastic race to commentate on. Have you enjoyed that, Jinobi?
Yeah, I did. It was a great watch, and I hope all the drivers enjoyed their race.
Cool, I have too. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you soon. For now, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Jinobi. Thanks very much for watching.